Hi, guys. We're going to get some folks in the room here in just a little bit, I'm sure. Hope you're having a good Thursday. My watch just buzzed. Let's see what's going on here. Ah, my Instacart. All right, somebody's in the room. So, who's in the room? Okay, we'll be getting underway in just a little bit. Oops. Excuse me. All right, two people in the room. Hey, Evan, how you doing? I should have known you were the first one in. Yeah. Now, Evan, you put an asterisk next to the good morning. Does that mean that you're not really having a good morning? Hello, Jackie. All right, we're pretty close to 9:10. Ah, it was a typo. Okay, sure. Oh, four people in the room. Very good. Moving ahead here. Five. With the weather so nice, I was thinking about doing this live segment from my balcony outdoors, but I thought, then I'd have to rely on Wi-Fi, and I'm not sure how well the live stream would work with Wi-Fi. All right, I have it at 9:10, so let's begin. I hope that you have at least started taking your midterm. It is available through Saturday. Remember, you have multiple attempts. You have 3 opportunities to take it. It is all multiple choice, so therefore, you should do awfully well. Chapters 1 through 8, the beginning of the course through motion pictures. We had apparently a very nice supplemental instruction on Tuesday on the Discord platform. Stephanie was covering the motion picture chapter 8. I stopped in for just a little bit, but it felt like kind of a place for students where you guys could communicate among yourselves and kind of de-stress and all that. And I thought, my presence as a teacher might, I'm not sure anyone would tell me to leave, but I don't know. I just wanted you guys to have a space where you could kind of relax. So that's why I popped in and then kind of left pretty quickly. Well, let's see. I know that you guys are moving ahead on your term papers. Thursday, May 7th is your deadline for turning it in. If you can turn it in a week before that, you get the 2 extra points. What questions do you have about your term paper? And I'll talk a little more about it while you're writing in your questions. Remember that you have 4 topics that are available to you, 4 topics. There are the 3 that are on the assignment sheet. The assignment sheet is on Canvas. You also got it on paper way back in the olden days when we met in class. And if you remember, the 4th topic is the coronavirus questions, which I added as an announcement on Canvas. Whichever topic you choose, the structure of the paper should be the same. The requirements for research should be the same, so forth. I think that probably at this point, you should at least have a rough draft. And the good thing about having a rough draft is, to me, it kind of takes the pressure off, even if it isn't very good. Because then you can go through it with a critical eye and say, all right, what are the weak spots? What needs to really be fixed up? All right. Oh, hello, Georgia. Um, let's see. Let's see. Does anyone have any questions about that term paper? I would be more than happy to answer that for you. Okay, Evan doesn't. All right, all right. And it could be that you guys are just you know what you want to do. Uh, Let me just also mention about the term paper that over the spring break, I put together my rubric for it. What that means is how I'm going to score you out of 50 points on your paper. So it's probably worth it for you to look at that rubric and, you know, see what I want out of you, right? I mean, that's like the student cliche. They're always saying, I don't know what the teacher wants. Well, I'm going to show you exactly what I want. So there you go. All right, all right. Well, then I'm going to turn this to the question of the day. So, the question of the day is about how our lives have changed and how much of it is permanent and how much of it isn't. So, the question of the day is, will life after the COVID crisis go back to being like life before the COVID crisis? And what permanent changes do you foresee? So, light up that chat box. Will life after the COVID crisis go back to being like life before the crisis? And what permanent changes do you foresee as coming out of this truly weird period that we're going through? Okay, Evan's first up, and he's saying, look, he says, we may get social distancing until a vaccine shows up. And we're told the vaccine is like, oh gosh, maybe like fall or winter 2021. So, you're going to have a lot of social distancing for, a long time. I think we're going to be able to open up businesses and go out before then, because I don't think the economy can stand being shut down for that long. But what do I know? Yeah, Evan is saying also we may see a rise in mask wearing. I think that's very, very possible. Some of the countries in Asia, as I understand it, it became kind of a lasting habit that when you went out in public, you wore a mask, because they were still reacting to SARS, which was an earlier deadly virus that hit some parts of the world, harder than the U.S. I believe it was in the early 2000s. So yeah, I agree that more of us may just see it as normal to go out wearing a mask when we're in public. Now that said, that's going to make it real hard to eat a Dodger dog, when you're sitting in the left field pavilion. But let's see. Oh, Daniela is anti-mask. I think that's what I'm saying. You're saying, oh, definitely not. I'm done with the masks once this is over. Jackie is saying, I don't think it'll be the same. I feel like a lot of people will be more careful around others. Yeah, handshaking, right? Dr. Fauci of the National Institute for Health, he said that he thinks that he doesn't need to ever shake hands again. He thinks that it could just be the end of that custom. Now, I got something here. I think I know what we could do, to be hygienic, but yet to preserve the custom of shaking hands. Let's say that two people want to meet and they want to show, goodwill toward each other. Well, instead of doing this, they could just go, see, they shake hands. Yeah. All right, all right. Let's see. Start taking, let's see, more sanitizing on a daily basis. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Daniela is saying that we're built to adapt and evolve, and so we'll create a new normal. We can do that. It's within our capabilities. Yeah, Evan is saying, and there have been a lot of political commentators who've said this, that this has been a very strong case for some sort of national healthcare system, that we may want to rethink tying your health insurance to your employment, because as we've seen, something like this happens and you lose your employment. Ethan is saying that things will be different in grocery stores where masks may be mandatory. uh, the latest I heard about grocery stores is that the employees, the checkers and what have you, are saying, why shouldn't we just go dark to customers in the store? People place their orders online, and then we meet them out in the parking lot. And here's your shopping cart. We've already charged your credit card. We might do that for a little while. Let's see. Also, Ethan is saying that some businesses might not recover. Like movie theaters. Oh gosh, yeah. Think about the businesses that this is just very bad for, and movie theaters, which are struggling anyway. Yeah, this will be real tough. Let's see. Kevin is saying, I hear people say every day that everything is going to change from this, but I'm not exactly sure how. If people can't work offline, the economy will get rough. Well, I agree, Kevin. There are some things you just can't do from home. If you're doing drywall for somebody's house, you can't do that from your own back bedroom. You got to go out, on location. So we're going to have to figure out a way that can be done. Daniela, what's the no about? I lost the context of it. Let's see. Kevin is expecting a lot more missing rents. Yeah. We've been talking about this in our household, and we think what needs to happen is that we need to have some sort of super unemployment insurance just to keep money coursing through the economy. Because, a lot of landlords are like, they're just average folks like your parents. There's some big corporations that run, hundreds or thousands of apartment units, but oftentimes, it's the old lady down the street who has one unit, and, she doesn't have any big income. So, yeah, I think we need some sort of super unemployment insurance so that then the rent can get paid to the old lady down the street, and then she can pay her gardener, and then the gardener can then pay for gas for his truck or what have you. But again, what do I know? Georgia is saying buy stock in Purell. The hand sanitizer business will probably be a pretty good one to be in for a while. I think so. Daniela is saying life will just never be the same. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's see. Louis, there's a new program, kind of like Postmates, but instead of food delivery, they deliver your groceries. Yeah, Louis, I'm using Instacart. And it's a little overwhelmed at the moment, but not bad. And it gives employment to mostly young people that have been delivering our groceries. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a nice, robust conversation. I enjoyed that. And if I didn't get to your comment, it was that things were scrolling up on the live chat so quickly that they were kind of like out of view by the time I got to it. So, all right. Here's what you're doing today. Your media note is going to be one of those media notes that I would have done if this whole crisis hadn't happened. I don't know if you've noticed, but for the most part, about half of your media notes are things from the world before the crisis occurred, and the other half are things about the media and COVID in some way. Well, today's media note is one of those that comes from the world before this crisis. And it's about a new technology that will allow actors to essentially be immortal. Okay. And then, of course, you take the little quiz on Club Media Note. And then you will be going through the second half of chapter 9. And that means you pick up the audio lecture at the slide about Hollywood and the VCR. So you start chapter 9 at Hollywood and the VCR, and then you follow it through to the end, 31 minutes. All right, guys, any last parting shots or questions before I end the live stream? Okay. Oof. Kevin is saying that if rents stop at a high enough rate, he's heard the predictions of 95% of people could suffer steep economic consequences before this is over. Yikes. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to end the live stream, and I will see you over on Canvas chat in just a few seconds. Toodaloo.